What's up, JC Gang? Where you at? Where you at? I'm gonna do a little message from God that I got this morning. He told me to share with his people, his sheep. A couple of messages, and we're gonna get right into it. These are the words of God, and I'm not gonna go to the left or right. I'm just say what God said, and then I'll add on. I'll add my little 2 cents in at the end. But this is God's word. 1 King chapter 1. People try to go behind your back and attempt to take what's yours, but God's word will always stand. What he promised you will be and already is yours. It's the first message he told me to tell y'all. Don't worry about nobody taken from you or something that has already been taken from you. God's going to restore it, but what he promised you still stands. It's yours. Don't matter what it looked like, what the circumstances are, what's going on in your life right now. What he promised you, between you and him, it's still yours. It's always been yours. It doesn't belong to nobody else. Even when it looks like somebody took something from you, you're going to get it back with interest. Oh, you getting it back. That's message 1. I'm going to try to put 2 and 1 in here. Next message. I'm reading straight from what he said. He basically says, and I'll tell you why afterwards, why God said this, why God is speaking to you with this message. He says, why go through all the trouble to sin and be disobedient to God, knowing that when he confronts you, you're going to be scared and apologetic and asking for forgiveness after you went back on your word multiple times. God says, knock it off. And he's never playing, but he's really not playing anymore. He's trying to help you break this addiction. He's trying to help you break this cycle. And his voice in this particular instance is stern and fatherly, not an angry tone, but authoritative. That's from God, okay? My little 2 cents is, and I want to say I'm guilty of this all the time. Okay, I'll ask God or call on God, be crying out, and I be so serious in the moment. Like, God, if you save me this time, I promise you I won't do this again. And I do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Every time I ask for forgiveness, every time I ask God to save me, he does. But I'll get, like I said, indirectly kind of angry with him, like, you're God, you can just take this away from me, take this burden out of my hand, take this out of my hand. He's like, no. He wants you to show some self-control, show some self-discipline in this instance, and he's going to deliver you from it. But you have to want it. You have to want it. You can't keep going back to something, doing it over and over again, and then saying, sorry, 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 because after a while, you're not sorry. Now you're just doing it on purpose. Now you're abusing grace, and you're abusing his mercy, and you don't want him to take that away from you. God forbid that happens. He loves you. He forgives you. He's telling you now he is not angry. Don't think that he's angry at you, but he's really sitting you down like, have a seat. Have a seat, son or daughter. Let me talk to you for a second. Why even do it? Why even go through with the sin or a sin that you've been committing and then apologize for it later? Why just skip the whole thing and not even do it all together? You're not going to be perfect at a lot of stuff, but it's a certain thing that you keep going back to, that you want deliverance from. Your heart, your body, your mind is saying, I want to say your heart and your mind is telling you, no, you want to do right. You want to inwardly, you genuinely want to do right. But your flesh is kind of getting the best of you in this instance. And I'm speaking to a specific group of people, but if it's, your flesh, your addiction, whatever that is, you can be addicted to people, places, and things, whatever that is. God is trying to break the cycle. He wants you to be delivered from it. And he's been calling you to fast, and you've been skipping out on it, going, fluctuating, doing one day here, a little bit there, making up your own rules to the fast. And that fast is going to help you break the cycle. He's going to deliver you from a lot of things during this specific fast that he told you to do. And you only know what fast God is talking about. So I just want to encourage you guys, like, your father loves you. He ain't going nowhere. He got you. You are still his beautiful child. He just wants you to exude self-discipline and self-control in this particular matter. And he loves you guys, and he's right there with you. So he just said, you know what, don't even do the sin anymore. Just skip the whole sin, skip the apologizing, just flat out don't do it, and we good. Love y'all, JC Gang. Bye. You know, commercials.